I don't even know if I told y'all good morning officially, but good morning. I am already a bit wiped out. I cleaned my entire apartment. I don't know if it's only me, but it's almost as though like it doesn't matter how hard I try. Like before I go to bed, I always clean my apartment because I'm always in that mindset of if I clean tonight, I don't have to get up in the morning and clean. Never happens. I'm always trying to make sure that I'm not making a mess, but every time I come back in after taking my kids to school, it's almost as though I have to clean. And it's so annoying because cleaning really does, like, it does take time. I really need to do something about my hair. I really do miss my little, like, curls. Like, usually I would have, like, my curls come all the way down. So I can't wait for that to grow out. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna try to put some definition in the front, like on the sides. Hopefully it doesn't look too crunchy or messy. I'm gonna go in with my Eco Styler gel. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? But I'm gonna do my best to just kind of do the edges a little bit. Now, guys, if I have one tip for you guys, I'm gonna give y'all this tip because I used to make this mistake before. Like, I don't care what you're going through. Clean up your environment, whether that be your home, your office at work. Just keep that space clean because it just does so much for your mental space. And I know when you're going through a rough time, sometimes the last thing you want to do is clean. But actually, the whole ritual of cleaning is very cleansing, and it really kind of keeps your mind off like whatever it is that you're going through. And when you're done, I mean, you're just gonna have a nice clean space, and that's kind of like what I'm doing right now in order to maintain my sanity. I'm just keeping my environment clean, and I'm just finding any little reason to, I don't want to say distract myself, but just any reason to feel better. Okay? So, I think that's very important. Right now, I'm getting dressed. Well, not dressed, it's not a big deal. I'm just gonna go to the mall and I'm gonna pick up some outfits for my kids. They're having a birthday party coming up this weekend, and I don't want it to be some last minute stuff. I got a little crazy and put the start time for this party at 3 o'clock. Now, I know better. Okay? And especially now that this man isn't around to help me with them, I'm gonna be by myself trying to get two girls ready. My eldest child, she has a lot of hair, a lot of hair, and her hair is long, like in like mid back. If I have a picture, I think I have a picture somewhere where I'm gonna show you guys what her hair looks like. It's a lot of work. So I'm not gonna lie, this is actually my first time being alone and doing something like this. I'm not gonna have family around. I'm not gonna have anyone to assist me. And going through all of this kind of shows me how dependent I am and just how scared I am to do everything. I'm a like anxious person. I'm like super like anxious. Like I get nervous, scared, just over just stupid shit. Like it doesn't make any sense. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not a coward. Like I'll push through my fear, because we all know a coward is someone that doesn't know how to push through their fear. Me, I'm gonna push through my fear. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I get very anxious. Okay. All right. So, well, I missed a spot right there. Okay. Okay. So this morning I got up and I said, you know what? I want to have a different kind of day. I'm not going to sit in this house and think about my problems. I'm not going to lie. I had a moment this morning. I did.
Life feels tough right now. It just does. And it's not just about what's going on with me and my marriage. It just kind of feel off, and I've seen a lot of messages saying, you know, like to direct my attention to God. And if I'm being completely honest, I haven't been doing that. I've been trying, but I haven't been trying hard enough because I've been concentrating on other things. And I just want all of this to pass. And I know a lot of people say shit about social media and stuff like that, and people may even be right when they say, oh, people just want to be nosy. But if you have 10 people watching, there has to be at least 1 or 2 genuine people that care, because I'm not one of those people that look at other people's lives to be nosy. Like, I really care about that person. You don't have to know somebody to give a shit about people, okay? It's the reason why we watch the news and we cry, or we watch the news and feel depressed. It's because low-key we care. It's not because we want to tune into some drama. You understand what I'm saying? It's because in some sort of way we connect with that person, or in some sort of way we've been through what they're going through, or maybe I'm going through your worst fear, or it could be any reason why people may want to watch. And yeah, some people are just nosy, they want the drama. I can't control why people watching these videos, but I'll hope that if you're going through what I'm going through, you'll know that you're not the only one that freaking get up and cry and stress and worry and feel like shit.
When I created this channel, I basically just wanted to come here and show you guys my life. I had no idea I would be going through this right now, and Lord knows this is not how I wanted my channel to grow. All right, I think when you go on YouTube or any social media platform, you have an idea of the type of content that you want to share. You want to give people some sort of value. I didn't think this was going to be my story. I've had so many conversations with God, because only He knows my situation and only He knows my heart, right? Excuse me. And I've asked Him on so many different occasions to allow me to continue to show up for my kids in the way that He's been allowing me to show up for my kids. I've always been that girl that has been heavy into her career. I found my career in the financial industry, and I liked it, and I really wanted to build a career in there. But after my child got ill, I started to look at life a little bit differently, and I wanted to really show up for her. Because of her limitations when it comes on to communication, I don't trust other people around her. She is not able to fully communicate to me or anybody else when something bad is happening, when she's being mistreated. Okay, she just doesn't know how to do that. She'll act scared, but she won't be able to come to me and say, hey mom, this person is treating me bad, or I'm getting a weird vibe or something like that. She's not able to do that. So I don't trust anyone around my child. So I've always asked God, I'm like, God, like, please show me some sort of grace, like bless me with the type of job that I could have where I could just show up for my kids 24/7. And I've devoted myself to my kids. So when you see me going hard and doing this, and I know a lot of people on here, they're recommending that I find a job, and I get that. And if it comes down to it, I have no problem going to work and doing a typical 9-to-5 type situation. Like I said, it's the only thing I know anyway. This whole social media thing is something that I've been doing for years, but I've always done it as like a sort of hobby. But like I told you guys in my last video, I picked it up as a secondary way to make a little bit of money when our child got sick and someone needed to be home for her. But for some reason, this is how God has chosen to help me achieve what I asked Him for. So I'm just gonna go with it, because I'm gonna listen to Him. And right now, you know, it's a bit much for me. I'm very new to everything that I'm going through. I've never received hate, and I'm seeing some very angry people, kind of like, you know, in my comments and stuff like that. I've seen some guys, for whatever reason, that has taken it up on themselves to come to a female's channel that's going through a lot, and using whatever bullshit that they're going through to come over here and spew. Like, if your woman left you because you wasn't man enough, Go talk to her. I don't know why you coming over here talking that hot mess. You know? I don't know why you coming over here messing with the women on my channel that's clearly already going through a lot. So that alone tells me that there's something really wrong with you, okay? Because why would you come over here where there's a bunch of healing people and no one's trying to beat up on anyone, okay? This is our experience, okay? I love me some women. I've never been able, like, I don't have a lot of female friends, but when I did, when I was out and about in the workplace, I love me some female friends, okay? So I'm gonna put on like very light makeup, very, very, very light. But, oh, what is that? Guys, what is this? Is that a blackhead? Oh, I'm gonna try not to pop that. I'm gonna try not to pop that, but I think that's a blackhead. I've never really seen one there. That's enough. I probably did too much just now. I'm really trying to figure out what's bothering me, because if you don't know what's bothering you, how are you gonna really take care of yourself? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out what's really bothering me. Why is this you know, what's my issue? And you know, I think my issue is the not knowing, okay? It's the not knowing, it's the confusion, okay? It's not knowing why things happened the way it did. Why wasn't there a conversation? Why didn't I deserve to know what was going on? Why didn't I deserve that sit down and say, hey, can we talk? If you're in a relationship and you get that, even on a small scale, I'm telling you right now, that's a freaking blessing, because I didn't get that. I never got that can we talk. Maybe once a couple of years ago, and you know, I respected that. I don't have an issue with people leaving relationships. If you're not happy, fine, but I'm not just your girlfriend, okay? If there was an issue, you know, I'm not talk about it. It's whatever. So I am here at the mall. It's a bit late. Like, honestly, when I'm coming to the mall, I like to come here a little bit like earlier, but I had like things to do. Is this my song? No, that ain't it. I thought it was another song. But yeah, I'm gonna return a perfume. I'm gonna go into Ulta and I'm gonna return a fragrance that I bought, Kylie Jenner's perfume. I didn't like it one bit. Like, literally did not like it. Like, not for me at all. I'd like to make a return. What's your phone number? 929 I'm so freaking hungry. So I bought me some Subway and a Sprite because your girl hungry, bad. I'm getting a call. My favorite sandwich is the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. I'm gonna take a bite out of this thing. It's still crunchy. I like for it to marinate a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, that hit the spot. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I love food. I don't know how I'm not heavier. Seriously. That's when I tell you that was good. I'm gonna take one more bite because that's good. I have a couple of minutes to go get my daughter. I hope I make it on time. She hates when I'm late. She likes for me to be waiting, not her.
Eric divides a strip of paper into 8 equal parts. He cuts off 2 of the parts. He shades 4 of the remaining parts blue. What fraction does the remaining whole does Eric shade blue? Okay, that's easy.
too much. I said you can never ask God for too much. You don't have to be careful about asking for too much. Undeserved. It's beautiful, undeserved favor. But there's another part of the definition of grace that was quite life-changing for me. I heard the part about undeserved favor. I knew that it was God doing something for me I didn't deserve. I've been a Christian for a number of years, but I was a struggling Christian. I was a frustrated Christian. And I'm sure tonight that even though there are many of you here... Happy birthday, dear Ashton. Happy birthday to you.
1, 2, 3, go. Blow, blow, blow. Blow it out.
It's like the following morning, and I came in last night, and I don't know when I fell asleep. I was so wiped out. I didn't get any sleep the night before, and then I got up and I was just running on empty. Like, their dad took them last night after the party, and that wasn't planned or anything like that. It was just like a situation where he was like, "Can I have the kids?" And I was like, "You want the kids?" You can have the kids. I ain't gonna fight for these kids this weekend, because I really need that time to kind of like build up my body and just get my strength. So I actually appreciated the fact that he took the kids this last night. But of course it's bittersweet. Of course, I miss them, but I need this time. A lot of ups and downs still. Like, I want to be strong. I don't want to do this. Ugh. You see, I want to come on here and you see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, when you don't talk about stuff, because I haven't really spoken about this or thought about this too much. So now that I'm talking about it, I'm starting to feel, some effects. But I'm more good than I'm sad these days. Like, I find myself just getting lost in my routine and just getting a bit distracted by life itself. But as you guys can clearly see, it's like a roller coaster. Can I say the word? It's like a roller coaster, ups and downs, constantly. But it's a process. Yeah, and next week is another week. My kids are off from school, so it's gonna be spring break, and I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing for me. Hopefully that will kind of like distract me from a lot of things, because it's quiet moments like these that I realize are like the most difficult. Like, one thing that I've noticed is that I am getting stronger and so much more independent, because I have no choice but to be independent. Like, I'm doing things that I haven't done in years, and it feels good. I must say that. And I'm growing. Like, I feel like honestly, I feel like a grown ass woman. Like, I feel like a grown up. Like, I'm just getting up, doing things and getting things done, and I feel like a grown up. Don't get me wrong. Like, there are a lot of things that like I'm still kind of like nervous about. The other day I was pumping gas and I was like, I haven't done this in a while. Like, how do I get this thing open again? And you know, I've just been like paying attention to things that I haven't paid attention. I mean, taking out trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not to say I never took out trash. I have to pay attention to the day sanitation comes along. I have to pay attention to recycle. I have to pay attention to when my inspection is due for my car and registration and insurance. Like, I have to pay attention to things I never had to pay attention to. So I'm kind of like getting used to things, you know? But this can only, I tell one thing about separation or divorce or whatever from your spouse, especially in looking from the position of a woman, you're gonna grow. You're gonna grow. And you're gonna be better for the next one. Okay? And the next one won't be able to play you. Okay? Because you'll be strong enough and you'll be independent and you won't be as broken even if they decided to walk away, because you've been through that before, you know? But guys, you know, next week is another week. Next week is another week. And there's always something around the corner that is really gonna challenge me. But I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for the challenge, you know? Let's see. I'll see y'all in the next vlog. Bye.